Today I'm going to show you my first attempt at making my cake frosting bracelet. This bracelet is not my final prototype, so you'll see me make many mistakes through the course of this video. So what I'm using as the frosting, quote unquote, of this bracelet is silicone from the hardware store. I then mix it with the paint of my choosing, which here is black. This is a bad idea in my opinion, and you'll see later on why. I think here, instead of just using my table as my mixing bowl, I could have gotten an actual bowl, because it's just going everywhere. Now I scoop it up into a Ziploc bag with a piping tip in it. And here you see me placing the chain down, and I think that piping directly onto the chain is going to work. As you see, it moves around way too much, so I'm just using some silicone to anchor down the ends. But clearly that didn't work either. See, I'm still trying. Now I'm gonna swoop. Nice. I'm gonna swoop on some silicone to hold down the chain, and this ended up working very well. It was pretty stress-free after this point, at least with the chain moving. I started piping on. I made many cuts here because I kept needing to readjust my hands because either the bag would sprout a hole or I just wouldn't have enough product in the bag. But the piping wasn't too bad. Now I'm adding some accessories, some glitter. Oh, this part is so satisfying. I can't add the noise because I was watching something, unfortunately, but upcoming is a pop. Oh, it was such a good pop, you'll just have to believe me. Now I'm doing a second color, which is a neon pink, and I mixed it with clear silicone instead of white. I think this was another mistake of mine, as you'll see in the end as well. It kind of looks like brains. Now this piping tip I think looked the best out of everything I've done. It's just the perfect shape, I don't know. It looked the most frosting-y. Frosting-ish. Now when the clear is wet, I think this color is beautiful. I just wish it would have stayed like this. Now I think my piping was pretty good here. I bring in some faux cherries, aka plastic beads. Putting them directly onto the black yeah, I didn't like it. Immediately yoinked that back. So I added some white dollops, which I think looked pretty good. And then I sprout a leak. I think that the white is the best looking color here. It looks the most cakey. Now instead of these cherries or beads, I think if I would have had fake sprinkles, it would have looked really cute. So with my next attempt, I'm definitely gonna make some fake sprinkles. This is it finished while still wet. Now it took about 3 days for it to dry. And it came out looking like this. I think it looks like toothpaste, the pink at least. I think that if I would have kept the color, instead of using transparent silicone, using white like I did with the black, it would have looked a lot better. And then I had a lot of leftover backing silicone, so I just trimmed that off. And then I have my finished product. I don't think it's the most beautiful thing I've made, but I definitely think it's a good idea and one that I'm going to do again. So what I learned that this bracelet needs a backing, and instead of silicone, if I used felt or maybe foam, it would look a lot cleaner and it would be more comfortable. It was very wrinkly on the back. The second thing I learned is that silicone is way stiffer if you don't add the paint. So to counter that, if I want to use white or clear, I just need to use a piping bag instead of a Ziploc bag. As you can see, I made this little worm. The third thing I learned is that you need to make more than you think you'll need, for obvious reasons. I had to keep stopping and starting. Number 4 is to leave more empty chain. If I would have just made the frosting part shorter, it would have fit a lot better on my wrist. Number 5 is that the colors change so much. That pink color, it was so pretty in the beginning, and then towards the end it looked like toothpaste or slime. It just did not look like cake at all. Which, if that's the vibe you're going for, great. Use clear, but I definitely wanted it to look more cakey. And lastly, use cake colors. Like I said before, I just think people would get that it is cake themed if I would have used more cake colors like browns or light pinks. Overall, I think that this project was a great learning experience. I had a lot of fun with it, and I mean, if you look past the colors and the sloppy technique, I think it's a pretty cute bracelet. So I'm definitely gonna try this again and come back with better results. Hopefully a part 2. And yeah, thank you for watching.